योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि. So we were discussing the sutra Vitarka Vichara Ananda Asmita Vipanavamat Samprajnata. The Samprajnata Samadhi occurs on account of following these steps. First it will be Vitarka with the gross object for meditation, and then Vichara when the object becomes subtle. And then what happens is Ananda. Ananda is bliss. B-L-I-S-S, bliss. Pure bliss, complete bliss. That will be the experience in the first type of Samadhi. The sadhaka, the person that is working for yoga, will go through that step, will have the perfect bliss. That's the experience. And then it is asmita. Asmita is I am. I am in my pure form. I am going away from all the entanglements with Prakriti. That will be the idea, that is asmita. Rupa anugamat, on account of following these forms. Rupa anugamat. Samprajnata. There is this first type of samadhi which is called samprajnata. It's still called samprajnata because there is the awareness that I am meditating, I am experiencing this. So that sense of I, that ahankara is still persisting. On account of it, it is called samprajnata. The next type of samadhi, which is called asamprajnata, it is defined in the next sutra. Viram pratyayabhyasa purvaha sanskara sheshonyaha. Virama pratyaya abhyasa purvaha sanskara shesho anyaha. He is not naming it. He is just saying anyaha, the other. Anyaha means the other. First he has talked about samprajnata, and therefore the other means asamprajnata. It's opposite. That which is other than that. That type of samadhi is available on account of virama pratyaya abhyasa purvaha. Virama is cessation, stopping, taking rest. That is virama. Virama means rest. Pratyaya, awareness. Virama pratyaya abhyasa, repeatedly it is done. Purva, preceded by that. Sanskara sheshaha, only sanskaras remain. Shesha means remainder, that which remains is called shesha. These sanskaras. Sanskaras are the impressions that are left on buddhi, on the intellect by a very experience, that is called sanskara. Change that takes place on account of any experience. Whenever we have an experience, it leaves an impression on our intellect. That impression, when it lasts for very, very long time, in the Indian context, we believe that it not only lasts until the death of the person, but even afterwards, when he is taking a new birth, even then that impression will be there. That samskara is accepted in Indian philosophy. So only those samskaras remain. All the activities, 100% of the activities, fully all the activities are completely niruddha. They have been made inactive. They will not be producing any other activity. Some seeds are there. Suppose you sow those seeds in the earth and pour water, that produce sprouts. You have observed this? See, any kind of seed, seeds of beans. Suppose I put into the earth and then it rains, then in a few days we will see the sprout coming up. But suppose you fry those seeds on a pan, they will lose that power. Once they are fried, if you sow it into the earth, they will not sprout. They have been made inactive. Like that, all these samskaras are made inactive, powerless, on account of this samadhi. And therefore, virama pratyaya abhyasa purvaha. Here everything is halted, virama. Giving up everything, not acquiring anything new. Everything, all the loads one is carrying, all of them are dropped. It is virama pratyaya. Everything is stopped. No further activity. Like that, when it is repeatedly done, then only the samskaras remain in him, but they will be made inactive, and thus he continues. That is the state of asamprajnata samadhi, the second type of samadhi. This is also called nirbija samadhi at the end of this chapter. Asamprajnata samadhi and nirbija samadhi are the same. See? Two names, Samprajnata Samadhi and Sabija Samadhi. These two are the same. Two words for the same concept. Similarly, asamprajnata samadhi and nirbija samadhi these two are the same. Bija means seed, sabija, that which has still that seed, and therefore it may sprout again. But nirbija means that bija is no longer there, and therefore one who has attained the asamprajnata samadhi will not come back into the activities of this world. So probably I think Patanjali, after attaining the state of Samprajnata Samadhi, he should have written these sutras. Because after attaining the Asamprajnata Samadhi, he no longer cares for this world. He has no other feelings, and therefore at that stage he might have written the sutras. So, Asamprajnata Samadhi, these two are described in this chapter. And in the next sutra, he is talking about two kinds of souls, about which we absolutely have no idea. He is saying that, and therefore we have to accept it. There is no way of checking it. We do not know how to check it. He makes this statement: Bhava pratyayo videha prakriti layanam. Bhava pratyayo videha prakriti layanam. He is talking about two kinds of souls, Purushas, who are called Videha and Prakriti Laya. Deha means body. This body we have, the body of any animal, is called Deha. Videha means without any body. There are some souls which are experiencing this kind of samadhi without any body. They do not possess any body. I don't know. Maybe such souls exist. I have no idea. It is not possible for us to find them. He says such souls exist who do not need any body. They are always in that samadhi. Second type of people, I should not say, second type of souls, they are Prakriti Laya. Prakriti, what is Prakriti? I have explained to you. All this world, all this nature that is evolving, that is Prakriti. Laya means one who gets dissolved in. So Prakriti Laya means some people have got themselves dissolved in this Prakriti. They always concentrated in their samadhi on Prakriti itself, and therefore they themselves became dissolved in it, Prakriti Laya. For these two kinds of souls, Videha and Prakriti Laya, it is Bhava Pratyaya. Bhava means existing. Their very existence is always samadhi. They do not have to make any effort. They do not have to work. They do not have to make any asana. To make asana, they should have body. They don't have the body. But for them, their very existence is in that samadhi. Always they are in that, he says. Maybe, I don't know, I have not met any of them. I have no idea about these Videhas and Prakriti Layas. Patanjali is saying that, and therefore it may be possible. There are many things that we do not know. Probably in his state he was able to perceive them or know about them, maybe. So we need not worry about this sutra. He says such souls exist, and they are always, their very existence is samadhi. Such a situation is there, he says. Maybe. What about us? About the ordinary people? We have the body. We are not Videhas. We are Sadehas. With the body we are existing. And we have not dissolved ourselves in the Prakriti. We have no idea about that at all. So, how does it happen to us? How can we attain that samadhi? For that, he is saying in the next sutra, Shraddha Vidya Smriti Prajna Smriti Samadhi Prajna Purvaka Itaresham. Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Samadhi, Prajna, Purvaka, Itaresham. The word Itara had already come, Itaratra, in the third sutra. Itara means other. So, Itaresham, for the others. So, for all of us, they are all other than Videha, Pragyatilaya, and so for ordinary aspirants, for them. It starts like this. First, one should have Shraddha, faith in the system. That is Shraddha. Without Shraddha, one cannot attain anything. Vakyas Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharanam Sashraddha Kathita Sabhi Yaya Vastu Palabhyate. So, Satya Buddhya Avadharanam, one should receive it with the idea that this is Satya, this is the truth. What should he take? Shastrasya, this system. The system of yoga, it is Satya. Patanjali is not bluffing. He is telling the truth. That belief should be there in the aspirant, in the sadhana. That is Shastrasya. Guru Vakyasya. Vakya is sentence, statement of the Guru, of the teacher. In these things, one should have the faith. Faithlessly, if one starts, he does not get anything. The first step is to have the faith in the system and in the Guru. So, that is Shraddha. With that comes Virya, vitality, stamina. To work in the field of yoga, a person needs the stamina. He should have the strength to bear these pains, troubles, etc., all these things. That is Virya, that is the vitality. Shraddha, Virya. And then Smriti. He should have a good, clean, sound mind so that this Smriti, this memory of what he has already taught, how he is progressing, this should be always known. That is Smriti. And Samadhi Prajna. When with all these things he is going through the process, he will have the premonition of, yes, I am going to get the Samadhi. It is coming near. Just as in the darkness, it is such gloom, nothing is seen. But before the sun rises, there is this glow in the east. The light is coming up. Yes, now the sun will rise and the darkness will go. That idea comes. Like that, that is Samadhi Prajna. The idea that he is going to attain the Samadhi that comes to the aspirant. That is Samadhi Prajna. Purvaka means preceded. Preceded by these steps. Itaresham for all the others. For the other aspirants, this ladder, this rung by rung on the ladder as you are climbing, like that, these have to be followed. Like that, it happens in the case of the other aspirants. And so, a number of students are studying. All of them have started the practice on the same day. Take the students, all of them start at the same moment. But it seems there is discrepancy. One student gets the result very quickly. He is able to do it. Others are lagging behind. This difference happens. Why does this difference happen? For that, he is replying, Tivra samveganam asannaha. Tivra samveganam asannaha. Asana means near. The result is near to some people. Who are they? Tivra samveganam. They are putting their minds, their heart, their soul is desirous of having that result. This is my goal. Everything else is unimportant. This I should have at any cost. So that reverberation in the mind that is there. That desire to have it is there. And so when the heart really desires it strongly, the goal comes near. In a university, 10 students get admission to the same class. To get the degree, master's degree, they require 100 credits. One student, in 1 year, he must get that degree. He has only 1 year's time. Next year he has to return back to his country. And therefore, he takes maximum number of courses that are allowed. He works very hard. And so every quarter he is gaining 30, 35, 40 credits. And thus, within 3 quarters, within a year, he has finished all the requirements. He takes the exam, he presents the dissertation, and he gets the degree. Another student is there. Well, I have a lot of time. I don't worry very much. This quarter, I will take only 2 courses for 6 credits. Like that he is doing. And therefore, he may take 2 years, 3 years to get the same degree. It all depends upon how much your heart desires for it. That is samvega. That the heart is beating for that, and therefore that samvega is there. Tivra, intense. When there is that intense desire, then for such people, the samadhi is asanna, nearer. It may come to them very quickly. Tivra samvegana asanna. It is not enough, just I am desiring it. I am desiring it, but I am not working properly, then it does not happen. It also requires, I desire very strongly that I should have it, but according to that, I should also work. And therefore, that part is also necessary. He is telling us, mrudu madhyadhi matratvat tatopi visheshaha. Mrudu madhya adhimatratvat tatopi visheshaha. Tatopi, even in that, even when one has such a desire, etc., visheshaha, speciality comes, difference comes, because mrudu madhya adhimatratvat. Mrudu means soft. If a flower is very soft, a stone is very hard, like that. The thing that is very soft is called mrudu. Mild, M-I-L-D, mild. When your sadhana, when your your work, when you are striving, is very mild, the result does not come so easily, so quickly. Madhya, middle, that which is neither too mild nor too intense, that is madhya, middling. Adhimatra, optimum, the maximum that the body permits, so much hard work I am putting into it. That is adhimatra. Since the effort may be mridu in the case of some people, madhya, not too much, not too less, but adhimatra, optimum, the maximum that one can do, that is adhimatra. Since this happens, tatopi vishesha, that also makes a difference in the duration, how much time it is taken. So, one should have that samvega, that is the mental effort. Mridu madhya adhimatra, that is the physical effort. Both should go together. When both are very intense, the result comes yajna. See, there is a field, very good seeds are used, and therefore the plants grow quickly. Within 5 years, 6 years, the mango tree already is blossoming, it is giving fruits. Because the farmer is tilling the land so properly, he is giving the proper manures, he is taking care of the plants, he is not allowing cows, goats, etc. to eat away those plants. And therefore, the plants have grown very well and quickly they are yielding the fruits. So both are necessary. If the seed itself is not good, no matter how much work he puts, the tree will not grow. So that is samvega. First, you should have that desire in your mind. Yes, this is my field. It is here that I want to get the success. That is samvega. And in addition to it, whatever work is necessary, optimum work, one should put in. When both of them combine, the result comes near. Hereafter, the Sutrakara, Patanjali, he is introducing the subject of God. Until now, he had not talked about it. But he was a theist. That is, theist, atheist. These words probably you know. Theist means one who believes in the existence of God. Atheist is one who does not believe in the existence of God. Patanjali appears to be a theist. He believed in God. And so, in the next sutra, he is introducing that concept. Ishvara pranidhanatva. Ishvara pranidhanat. Va. Here he is using the word va. It means optionally. The word va, you see, two choices. Either this or that. In the case of some aspirants, the result comes near. The Samadhi is attained very quickly on account of the fact that they are doing Ishvara Pranidhana. Ishvara literally means master. Ishvara in Sanskrit, to Ish, that word means to have a mastery over these things. And so Ishvara is the master. Pranidhana. Pranidhana literally means depositing. You might know the depositing money in the bank. You know that? money is deposited there, it is invested there. Like that, one has to deposit the God in one's heart. That is Ishvara Pranidhana. When you have deposited the God in your heart, you always have that confidence. Yes, the God is guiding me. I am going on the right path. He is giving me the strength. So that belief works wonders. Suppose two patients go to a doctor. One patient thinks, this doctor is the best doctor in the world. Always he cures the people. Whatever he gives, it becomes a medicine. He has those super powers. And therefore I believe in him. By his medicine, I will be cured. That is the strong belief of one patient. The other patient thinks this is a lousy doctor. Sloppy knowledge. He doesn't care for me. He gives some medicine. I don't think it works. Anyway, I will go to him. Both of them are going to him. Both have the same problem and both receive the same medicine. In the case of one person, the medicine is working wonders. He has been cured. The other is just suffering from the same problem for weeks together. We will have to go to some other doctor. Why the difference? Both took the same medicine. Because this body is a special system. Here, the mind, the intellect, the hormones, all these things are working. When you have a positive attitude, the body has the ability to produce the necessary hormones which use the medicine that has been given, and thus the ailment, the disease is cured. When the mind is not cooperating, the body does not produce those necessary hormones. And therefore, even a good medicine that is given fails. And so, the belief in the doctor is also an integral part. That is very important. Like that, Ishvara Pranidhanat, on account of the fact that a person has the belief in God and he has the confidence, therefore all the powers that are hidden in him come out, they help him, and therefore the goal comes nearer. According to some other commentators, Ishvara Pranidhana is depositing oneself in God, surrendering to the God. He is all powerful, he knows what to do. I am surrendering to him. He will take care of me. With that belief, many people go. That is also called Ishvara Pranidhana. The word can be interpreted in two ways. Ishvarasya Pranidhana, that is keeping the God, depositing the God in one's own heart. Or Ishvare Pranidhanam, depositing oneself at the feet of the Lord. Both are possible for that word. Anyway, this concept of God has been introduced here. The original system, which was called Sankhya, from which Patanjali has borrowed so much, it was atheistic. It did not believe in God. But for the sake of all this sadhana, it is necessary to have some pure soul as the goal. With that reflection, one gets the result easily, and therefore Patanjali introduced this concept of God, concept of Ishvara here. He is not saying that this Ishvara is the creator of this world. Don't think like that. In many other religions, Ishvara, God means one who made all this world, one who created this world. Patanjali is not talking about that. Patanjali is only saying that there is an Ishvara and by surrendering to Him or by depositing Him in your heart, it is possible to get the Samadhi earlier. However, even though he does not talk about omnipotence of Ishvara, he talks about omniscience of Ishvara. That Ishvara is all-knowing. Yes, ma'am?
And there's a debate whether I think this is considered philosophy or religion. I mean, are you saying that it can be considered religion?
No, here we are not talking about religion. Here, what we are saying is that whatever God you believe, if you believe in Christ, it is okay. If you believe in Jehovah, it is okay. If you believe in Allah, as the Islam says, it is okay. Any God, we are not saying you have to believe in this God. If you are a Christian, believe in Christ. That is very fine. Take Him, think about the Jesus. Take Jesus as the object of your meditation. It is very nice. We are not forcing anybody to believe in any particular God.
I'm not saying that you're forcing them, but that's what they're saying. I'm just wondering if this is more a religious system, or would you call it a philosophical system?
Yeah, this is only philosophical system. What we are saying is, if the people believe in some God, for them the goal is nearer. Even an atheist may get it. We do not deny it. But he may take longer time. That's all we are saying. That is why he is saying, wow. I stressed on that wow. This is also one possibility. This is not the only possibility. This is also one possibility. In the case of so many aspirants working for the same goal, some get the result very quickly. For that, the explanation is their confidence in the existence of God and the feeling of His presence in their heart. That gives a special strength, and so they reach the goal quicker. Otherwise, even in other ways it is possible. He gives many options further. Now he is talking about this concept of Ishvara. According to him, this Ishvara has the ability to know everything. And so in the next sutra, he is telling, Tatra niratishayam sarvagya bijam. Tatra niratishayam sarvagya bijam. Bijam. That word we had already. Nirbija. Bija is huh? Oh, yes. What is Ishvara? He is defining. Afterwards, he talks about it. The beginning is Klesha karma vipakashe aparamrishta purusha vishesha Ishvara. I jumped it. Please talk. Yeah. What is Ishvara? What do you mean by Ishvara? What do you mean by God? Because if we talk to 100 people, 100 different opinions are given. What is God? If I ask one person, he has one idea. If you ask the next person, he has a different idea of God. About God, there are million opinions if there are million people. And so what is your idea of God? He asked the question himself, and so he is explaining his definition of God. So please repeat the sutra. Klesha karma vipaka ashayai aparamrishtaha purusha vishesha Ishvaraha. This is Ishvara according to me. That's why I said he does not define him as the creator of this world or the creator of souls like that. Nothing. He is only his Purusha Vishesha. I am a Purusha. Every one of us is consciousness. Because we are conscious of these things. We know, we feel, and so I am a consciousness. He is also a consciousness. He is also a Purusha. Vishesha, special. He is a special Purusha. Purusha Vishesha Ishvara. Why is he special? How is he different from me? Because I am paramrishta. I am contaminated by various kinds of karmas, kleshas, klesha karma, vipakas, klesha karma, ashayas, all these are in me. He is free from them. Aparamrishtaha. He is never touched by any of these things, and so he is different. What are those things? First of all, klesha. Klesha is these ignorances, avidya, aspita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, klesha. In the second chapter, these 5 kleshas are described. First of all, avidya, ignorance. Aspita, arrogance, this feeling of I am doing everything. Raga, attachment. Dvesha, aversion. And abhinivesha, fear of death. These things afflict me. These afflictions are called kleshas. That is the state with all of us. Those that have a body, we have all these things. I cannot find a person who has no attachment towards anything at all. Because as long as one has the body, these things come. It is very difficult to overcome it. And many of us, for many things we have aversion, we have enmity, we have hatred. That is dvesha. We dislike so many things. Reasonably or unreasonably. Every one of us has this abhinivesha. I want to stick to this body as long as possible. I do not want to die. This fear of death is there. From all these things, there is one soul who is free. He is free from all these things. That is klesha aparamrishta. Never contaminated, never touched by any klesha. That is Ishvara. He is different from me because I have these kleshas, he does not have them. First point, klesha. Second is karma. Whenever we do any action, it binds us. Sometimes we are aware of it, sometimes we are not aware of it. Going on the road, one may jump the signals. He thinks, no, policeman is there and therefore I am not bound by what action I am taking. But unfortunately he does not know there is some camera put by the police and it already has taken the photo, and so within a week he gets a notice from the police. You have jumped the signals, you have to come and pay the fine in the police station or the court, something like that. The actions we do necessarily bind us. If I kick a wall, I cannot say it should not hurt me. If I kick, it hurts. It is there. Sometimes good things, sometimes bad things. Result definitely will be there. We are aware of those results sometimes, we are not aware of them sometimes. Some actions give the result instantly, in the very next moment, the result is seen. For some actions, the next day it comes. After a week, after a year, we have seen all kinds of actions like that. Oh, I had done this at that time. Unfortunately, now I am suffering, we say. And therefore, that is what is called the law of karma. When we do some action, its result will be there. It may be good result, it may be bad result. We cannot escape from the results of what we do. So that is karma. That is binding on us. Since this Ishvara does not do any action, he does not have any karma. So, klesha karma. Vipaka. Vipaka is ripening. Many of the things, at this moment, it is not there. But a time comes when it starts yielding the results, it becomes ripe, it becomes cooked, and therefore it is there. The mango fruit is there, it is still green, it is not giving any smell. I have kept it there 1 week. The color has changed and we are getting the aroma of that fruit. That is vipaka. Now I might be wonderful, but what happens next week, what happens next year, that is the point. That is what is called vipaka. Now he may be like that. What is going to happen to your Ishvara after 10 years? Like that. Now you have many great persons, most powerful. The President of the United States is the most powerful man in the world. Barack Obama, most powerful man in the world. But next year, January, what is Barack Obama? Just a past president. Nobody cares. Like that, even Ishvara, will he get retirement? Will he be useless after some time? That is vipaka. He is free from all such vipakas. He is an Ishvara, always he is an Ishvara. Ashayas are reservoirs. We say Jalashaya, reservoir of water. Krishna Raj Sagar, Jalashaya. Like that, if one has a big bag of loads, then you will have to get rid of it. Like that is the fate of your Ishvara. No, he is aparamishta. He is not touched by any of these things. And therefore, purity is his insignia. He is always pure. He is free from klesha, karma, vipaka, ashaya. And so we call him Ishvara. He is the master of himself. Such is the Ishvara. And this Ishvara, we are not claiming that he is all powerful. In many religions, it is said that this God is all powerful, Sarvashakta. If you say like that, immediately the question comes up. Then, being all powerful, why did he make this wretched world? Full of so much injustice, sorrow, misery, poverty. Why did he do it? Why did he not make a good world where everyone is equal, everyone is happy, like that? Why did he make this imperfect world? That question comes up. And therefore we are not claiming that the Ishvara is Sarvashakta. He only knows everything. That is what is said in the next sutra. Tatra niradishayam sarvajna bijam. Tatra niradishayam sarvajna bijam. The word bija, as I already said, means seed, potential. Sarvajna, sarva means all. Jna is to know. Sarvajna, one who knows all. So, sarvajna bijam, the seed and the potential to know everything is tatra in him. In that Ishvara, there is the potential to know everything. That is nir-atishayam. Atishaya means surpassing. Nir-atishayam, unsurpassed. You cannot show any other soul which surpasses Ishvara in understanding everything. Because all others have to start to know. He is already there all the time. He knows he knows many things. We do not say that he knows everything. He has the potential to know everything. See, Ishvara need not know how much money I have in my bank account. Why should he care about that? Whatever he cares to know, he knows. It is not necessary to burden himself knowing all these things. If he cares to know, he has the ability to know anything. We should not think that all these details in the world, everything is known, not like that. He has the potential to know anything that he cares to know. That is all they are saying. Otherwise, what happens is, in this whole world, we will have to say, everything is actually programmed, and so it goes on only like that. Because if one knows that this is what is going to happen in the world at every moment, then everything is pre-decided. That is not how the world is. And therefore, we do not say that God knows everything, but Bijam, that seed, that potential to know everything is there in him. If he cares to know, he knows. If he doesn't, because many of these things are irrelevant for him to know all these things, it is unnecessary. And so, that is what we have. Tatra niratishayam sarvajya biyam. What is the next sutra? Sa purve sayesha purvesham viguruhu kalena navacchedat sayesha purvesham api guruhu kalena anavacchedat. And this Ishvara is the Guru, is the teacher, is the preceptor. Purvesham api, even for the earlier teachers. We are saying Patanjali taught yoga. But even for Patanjali, earlier teachers were there. For all the teachers, the teacher is Ishvara. Not only in yoga, any system of knowledge, for everything, the source comes from there. The best example is the sun is the source of all light in this world. Well, at night we get light from the moon. Yes, but where does the moon get the light from? It is only reflecting the sun's light. Well, we switch on the electric lights. Okay, where did you get the electricity from? We burn the coal. How did that coal form? Once upon a time, there were so many trees, and those trees received this light from the sun, and those trees, on account of earthquakes, etc., when they went into the womb of the earth, they became coal. And so, indirectly, they are getting it from the sun. Even when you are lighting a candle, that wax came from the sun. See, it came from the plant because the plant received it from the sun. And thus, whatever type of light you have in this world, the source is one. Like that, whatever type of knowledge is there in this world, whoever is teaching, the main source is there. It is Ishvara. He is the teacher of all teachers, even the earliest teachers. They got the inspiration from him only. So, Sayesha Purvesham Guru. Why? Kalena Anavacheda. Kala is time. Kala means time. Kalena, by time, Anavacheda. He is not limited. All others are limited by time. Jesus was born 2026 years ago and he disappeared 2000 years ago. Like that. Buddha appeared in the 5th century BC. He lived for 80 years. In his 80th year, he disappeared. They have temporal limit. Space and time are limiting everybody else. But this Ishvara we are talking, by whatever name you call him, we have no objection. Allah, Jehovah, or in different languages, different words may be used. No objection there. We are not showing any particular form or anything. He is formless. He is pure consciousness only. And for him, there is no time. So that Ishvara, who is Kalena Anavacheda, who is never limited by time, he is the teacher of all teachers, the source of everything. Kalena Anavachedat. And for meditating on that Ishvara, Patanjali is suggesting one sound. Tasya vachaka pranavaha. Or word by word, if you want to say. Tasya vachaka pranavaha. Pranava means Omkara. See, you might have heard in the prayers in India, everything starts with with that we start it. That is Omkara. Its name is Pranava. Vachaka, expression. The expression for that Ishvara is Pranava. Why? Why not we use some other word? There are very beautiful words in our languages. In the language of Patanjali himself, there are many words. Why is this the best expression of Ishvara? Because the other words bring to our mind a particular shape, a particular form, which is limited. If I say Vishnu, the form of a human being with 4 hands, carrying a conch, a discus, etc., that comes there. Whatever form it is, once you give it a form, it is limited. But we want something that is formless, above all forms. This Om is expressing the pure existence itself. It consists of A, U, M, and resonance. These 4 parts are there in the sound Om. The A represents the waking state. They are all awake, they are responding to the world. This is the waking state. It is symbolized by A. The U represents the dream state. When the mind itself is creating everything, out of nothing it is creating everything. That state is called dream in English. That is represented by this U. And the deep sleep state, when you have no dream, you have just sound, calm, peaceful sleep, that is represented by this M sound, M, Om. And we do not stop there. It's not Om. It's Om. The resonance is there, continuation is there. That is representing the Turiya state, the state that you acquire in Samadhi. So these four states of life are represented in that sound. That itself is the expression of that Ishvara, and therefore this Pranava is the best expression of that Ishvara, of that Lord. In our system, as I told already, you start with a gross object because mind cannot comprehend the subtle object directly. And therefore, at that level, all the religions have harmony. All the religions are okay. You can start with the shape of Jesus Christ. At the first level, that is very fine. You can start with Buddha. You can start with any god that you like. You can even start, if you are an atheist, you do not believe in any god at all, any religion at all. You can start with a magnificent thing that you like. Maybe the rising sun. There itself you can concentrate and start meditation. It may be just the flame of a candle. From the tiniest, you can go to the vastest. Finally, what you have to arrive at is something that is beyond all these forms. So, we are saying that tasya vachaka pranava. And tajjapas tadartha bhavanam. Next sutra. Tajjapaha tadartha bhavanam. Bhavanam is contemplation. Artha is meaning. Tat means that. Tadartha bhavanam, contemplation on its meaning. Tajjapaha. Japa is repetition. Repetition of any sound is called japa. Any mantra, when you repeat it a number of times, paying your attention completely there, it is not mechanical. Mechanical repetition, even a tape recorder can do. 1,000 times, a million times it can say. We don't say that the tape recorder is getting any result. It's not a mechanical repetition, but with the comprehension, with the contemplation on its meaning, the mind completely focused on its meaning. When the sound is repeated, it is the way to reach Him. And so, tajjapaha tadartha bhavanam. That is what one has to do. And of course, the problem is that in every sutra there is so much to say. What is japa? How many types of japa are there? All these things have to be said. We have no time. We have to rush to finish the sutras quickly.